Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It really, the 19, I think we had a 19-play drive. That's what they, at least they said on the sideline. That was awesome.
Joe, what can you say about Amari Cooper's performance?
Oh man, yeah, he's special. I mean, we were able to get him open downfield a little bit, but he was also able to go up for some balls and just be strong to the catch and all that stuff. So he's a special player.
Joe, the first one of the game is Amari to read all the way there.
It just depends on what they play. Like, and they were in quarters there, and you want to give him a shot. Not that he's like our biggest burner, but man, he did an awesome job on that route, just pushing the corner and then splitting them.
Joe, that fourth down play to Amari. Take us through that. Just, I mean, is that one of those? I know I've got him out there. Throw it his way and let Amari do it.
The one I threw the pick on, or the one?
No, the one over on the sidelines where.
At the end of the game.
No.
I don't.
Right,
I'm 19 play drive. You're getting set.
Oh yeah. I actually wasn't looking his way to in the beginning, I don't think, and then I feel like I had to move a little bit, and I was kind of had guys hanging on me, and I saw him I kind of saw him over there on the sideline. So just it's fourth down, you got to give him a chance.
Did you realize that last pass to him set a Browns record?
I did. We were done, but when we took the field there, I did realize, somebody told me, AVP told me that he needed 10 more yards to have a Browns record. Not that I was probably going to go out of my way. I didn't necessarily want to have to go out of my way to do it, but the situation kind of just made it.
Is he one of those guys where he's never covered? Like he has a guy on him.
I'm sure if you ask him, then for sure that he's definitely going to say that. He's told me a bunch of times, I'm 225, cuz, and like throw me the ball, basically, So that's how he feels. I know that, and I'm going to get more and more used to letting it go. So.
Did you know when you guys came out that Amari was shy of the record like that and might not have an opportunity?
I don't know. I have no idea if they knew at that point or not.
During the week, D'Amico Ryans talked about you wanting to go shut down the field. So,
Right.
I mean, it's not like you surprised him. So why wasn't it so open? No pass rush, obviously. But was there any other reason?
Well, listen, you ask Kevin, putting together the scheme and stuff like that, because those guys, they play what they play, and they become very disciplined at that and get very good at that within their rules, and that's what makes those guys a good defense, and you can see that in the run game right now. So, I know you go into a game maybe thinking that, but they're still going to play their defense, and they tried to do a couple different things adjustment-wise. Like, I think one of their corners went out for a little bit, and they started following Amari at some point, and I don't know if it had to last too long, but you can ask Kevin, that those guys put the game plan together and get guys open. So.
Joe, how cool for you to throw for 300 yards in 3 straight games? I mean, you're coming off the couch, you're coming out here, winning games. How cool is it for you to accomplish this stuff?
There's probably a time in your career where you start to think about those things, and obviously it's nice when it happens. But at this point, man, we're really just trying. I'm so grateful to just be in a position to win games, and so that's the biggest thing. It really is such a singular focus of trying to win these games, and everything else is secondary.
Joe, you've spent years building chemistry with guys before. How have you done with Amari in 3 weeks?
Listen, some of that stuff is overrated. When you have good football players, they know how to get open, and you know how to throw them the ball. It's just as simple as that. It's like, and listen, there's some miscues that we've had because he takes his time with some things or whatever it may be. So there is still some getting used to on little things, the ways that he does little things differently. But overall, good receivers know how to get open and in the spot that they're supposed to be on time and in rhythm with the play, and that helps a quarterback out.
Joe, y'all have like a 99 point whatever chance to make the playoffs now. What does that mean?
It's kind of scary. I don't even want to think about that. It's just like I said, keep our eye on the prize.
Let me rephrase this. What is it? You took a big step toward getting.
Yeah, man. Every week I come up here and then I get on the phone afterwards, like with my family and everything, and it's like, man, that was a big win. Man, that was a big win. And every week just seems to be like that. It seems to be like, man, we need this win, and we're playing well and we're getting them. But that's December football. That's what happens at this time of the year. December, January, February. They're all must wins, and they're all have just a ton of importance. But our guys have done a great job so far in the last few weeks of keeping that mindset, and we just got to keep doing it.
Joe, is your family in Cleveland for Christmas, or are you working a lot?
Oh, we're working, and they'll be coming in on Christmas. So.
Are you still in the
I got a little apartment. A little.
Involved in a game where you lose a kicker and you just have to.
Don't think so. I think that's a first, yeah, which was interesting. I'm sure the game might have been a little bit different. I mean, today it actually worked in our advantage, I think, because we ended up scoring a couple times on long drives. So.
Joe, have you given as much, you've been around long, have you given much thought to, I go from being Joe Flacco, Baltimore Ravens quarterback, to now the Joe Flacco, Cleveland Browns, potential quarterback savior, at least for this season?
You know, people obviously bring it up and things like that, and I think there obviously is some, you have to wrap your mind around it a little bit, but ultimately for players, like I think I've said this before, like you get into a locker room, and teams change anyway, and the locker rooms are always pretty similar, and you just start hanging out with the guys and learning football and practicing and doing all those things together. When you're in the moment, that's the things you think about, like being on the sideline, being out in the huddle, being at practice. All those things are very similar. Just because your uniform changes doesn't mean those things change.
That said,
Last one.
you guys are alive in the AFC North race to host a playoff game. Ravens are going to have to lose some games for that to happen. Are you able to root against Baltimore given their current situation?
You know what? I try not to get my mind into all the other games, especially when I'm playing and we're playing well. We have to worry about ourselves. You know what? I will say now that I am playing and on a team, it is easier to probably throw a couple games on and watch them. It's a little bit easier than it is when you're sitting at home and you're probably somewhat bitter that you're not out there. But as far as rooting for people and things like that, it's so much wasted mental energy wrapping your head around all that stuff, like turning into a fan and sitting on the couch and rooting for a certain outcome. It drains you. So I really would not like to get involved in that.
Could you have
Thanks,
imagined
Joe.
when you were sitting on the couch, wishing for an opportunity, that it was gonna be this much fun, this good, this cool?
I think you forget how much fun it all is. There is a piece of you that forgets it, and to be reminded of it has been special. So.